All right, guys, so today we're going to go over on how to basically use our footwork in conjunction with our hands and how to throw punches so that way every time you move, you can hit something because, well, if you're not moving, then you're gonna get hit and that's not good. So we basically want to develop proper footwork. And what we want to do is not ever cross our feet as we're moving. Now, this is something that I explained in other videos, but it's kind of hard to grasp that concept without, really understanding what it means to cross the feet. So let's go over that right now. So, we all have a spine. All right? I'm going to use this concept of we all have a spine, yes, right? And it runs all the way up here, all the way down to basically our body, all right? That's your center line. You don't ever want your feet to cross your center line, okay? You don't want your feet to cross this way. You don't want this left foot to cross that way, all right? Right down the middle. It's a hard concept to understand, so what I'm gonna use today is basically, I don't know if you guys can see this, is a long white piece of tape, all right? That center line, all right, for my body is gonna represent that. And I don't ever want my feet to cross this white piece of tape. Now, this is a good way to kind of set physical boundaries for yourself. You're obviously not gonna have this when you're sparring in a real ring or anything like that, but it's a good way to get a sense of where your feet are, all right, by staying focused on this. Always practice going slow at first because you're gonna move too fast and lose the technique, all right? But enough talking, now let's demonstrate, all right? Keep your feet about shoulder width apart, and notice I got 1 foot in front, 1 foot behind me, all right? Everything is gonna stay square, hands up, elbows are down. We're gonna focus on one limb at a time so that way it's easier to get, all right? And then we add on another limb. Basically, we want our whole body to move in harmony together, all right? Not in, I don't know, what's that word I can use? Basically in steps, phases, I don't know, all right? So let's use our left leg. We're gonna step forward, step to the left, and step backwards. I have set physical boundaries and I don't ever want to cross it. That's the idea. Forward, left, backwards. Now you don't have to go in that exact phase, just you can go in any steps you want. Forward, backwards, to the left, forward. You can jump forward a little bit. And once you feel comfortable with that, go to the right leg. Forward, backwards, to the right. Forwards, don't cross the feet, don't cross the feet, don't cross the feet. Now let's explain what it means to actually cross the feet, all right? And the reason why you don't want to do that. So, the closer my feet come to my center line, the less balance that I have. So let's say I move this way. This is kind of like the yellow zone of don't cross your feet. I still have somewhat of a good structure, somewhat of a good base. I can still anchor myself down and weather the storm of punches, but I can still get knocked off balance more easily. This is gonna put me at what's that word, man? I'm losing it today. Anyways, this is gonna put me in a place where I really can't recompose myself if I were to get bum rushed, right? I'm falling over and I can't catch myself. I can't move backwards without tripping over my own body. And I'm gonna end up on the floor, and that's just a whole nother realm that I'm not prepared for, right? So this is a good practice. Feet spread apart, get loose, and you're just moving, right? Moving. Just move forward, don't cross your feet, even switch stance. Now, when you get that down, we'll slow it back down a little bit. Now let's go back into that first concept, just move forward, backward, to the left, with another limb. Now we're gonna throw some punches. All right, everything is nice and square. As I step, I'm gonna add a punch. You could do the same thing with the right side, right? Moving forward with the punches. And to the left, punch. I think I crossed my feet on that one. backwards. Now with the right side, let's see how we can add those punches, all right? A little awkward, right? But you know what? That's what this is all about, is just kind of experimenting with it. Don't get too caught up in, boxing yourself into certain styles. It's a learning process, and you take your time doing it until you get comfortable enough to where you enjoy it enough, all right? And here's the thing. We all make mistakes all the time, and honest to God, there's no such thing as mistakes here. Just a learning process, right? So take your time, enjoy it, just move your body, get into nice harmony, and just flow around, just punching. Now here's the cool thing, you can move going backwards. That's gonna really set you up for being a good counter puncher, right? Because there's nothing like having someone move forward into your own strike. So as they're moving forward, they're getting punched. And that's really gonna break down their confidence and so on and so forth. And maybe I'll explain that in another video. But hopefully you guys grasp that concept, and if you have questions or maybe comments and things of that nature, go ahead, man. Just drop it in. All right, see you guys later.